Christopher Nolan has made war movies. He's made heist movies. He's made a movie about a guy who invented the bomb. So naturally, his next move was Homer? A 3,000-year-old poem about a man trying to get home. And somehow, it works. It really works. This might be the most purely entertaining thing he's made in a decade. Hi there, my friend. Welcome to Lightbringer Legacy Reviews, where we review movies, TV shows, games, and technology. I'm Nathan, and I'm so glad you stopped by. Make sure you stay till the end of the video for a very special quest of your own. Now, let's dive in.
After years of war, no one could stand between my men and home. Not even me.
Quick rundown of who's here because it's absurd. Matt Damon leads as Odysseus. Anne Hathaway plays Penelope waiting back in Ithaca. Tom Holland is his son Telemachus, and Zendaya shows up as the goddess Athena. Then you've got Lupita Nyong'o playing double duty as Helen of Troy and Clytemnestra? Charlize Theron, Robert Pattinson, John Bernthal, Benny Safdie, Samantha Morton, it just keeps going on. The volume of talent in this film is monumental. So here's the headline. This whole thing was shot on actual IMAX cameras. The movie's not IMAX enhanced in post-production with upscaling voodoo. It was actually shot for it from start to finish. Little trivia about that blew my mind. Just the film stock to film on cost them $3 million. Additionally, the limitations of the IMAX cameras meant they could only film in 3-minute bursts. You know that Christopher Nolan was dedicated to creating the best experience for the viewers if he was willing to endure that constraint on filming efficiency. And you feel that desired result from the second the movie begins. Storms, monsters, open ocean, all of it swallows you in visuals and incredibly immersive sound. If there's an IMAX theater anywhere near you, this is the one movie this year worth your drive and extra ticket price. Seriously, don't miss out on your chance to catch it in IMAX. I know I plan on going back at least once or twice more because it was that amazing. What impressed me was how physical it all feels. Nolan is clearly leaning on practical sets and real locations instead of CG-heavy blockbuster style that we've gotten used to. It gives the whole film a weight that a lot of those modern epics just don't have. When something crashes or the sea churns, it feels real in a way that you don't often get to experience. Damon carries this thing with exactly the kind of weary, stubborn resolve Odysseus needs. A guy who's clever enough to survive anything, but tired enough that you believe he genuinely wants to stop. It's a quieter performance than I expected from him, and it's better for it. Hathaway doesn't get nearly as much screen time as Damon, but she makes every scene count. There's a stillness to her Penelope that plays as strength rather than passivity, which is a smart choice given how the character has often been flattened in adaptations. Tom Holland as Telemachus is doing something different than what you've seen him do before. Less charm and more of a kid trying to figure out what he's supposed to become.
What would he do if he came back here and find all these suitors in his house?
You're pining for a daddy you didn't even know.
And Zendaya as a literal goddess is unsurprisingly exactly the casting coup that it sounds like. She's only in a handful of scenes, but she reshapes the gravity of every one of them. No spoilers here, but Nolan treats the myth with more respect than I expected going in. He's not modernizing Homer or winking at the audience about how silly a Cyclops sounds in 2026. He trusts the source material's scale and strangeness and lets it stay authentically mythic in a way that blockbusters almost never allow themselves anymore. I went into this knowing a few bits and pieces of the story, but not the whole story. So this was a truly new experience for me in some moments, and I loved it. There's also a structural choice here. How the film moves between Odysseus' journey and what's happening back home that I think is going to be a big part of conversations once more people have seen it. I won't get into specifics, but it's a smart way to keep both halves of the story feeling equally urgent instead of one dragging while you wait to get to the other. I'm not going to pretend that I can identify every cue in one viewing, but the score does a lot of quiet work. It's restrained early on and then lets loose in exactly the moments that you'd hope. Paired with truly excellent sound design in the storms and the creature sequences, this is a film you want to hear in a theater with real speakers, not on a laptop 3 months from now. This is an emotionally heavy story, so don't go in expecting your normal summer action blockbuster. Go in with the expectation that this is a really human story told within a Greek mythological world. It's a long movie too, so make sure you're ready for it. So who is this movie for? If you loved Nolan's scale in something like Interstellar or Oppenheimer, this scratches that same itch. If you're going in expecting a fast, punchy action movie, adjust expectations. This is a patient, deliberate epic that asks you to sit with it. Bottom line, Nolan took one of the oldest stories we have and made it feel massive again. I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. If you can catch this in IMAX, do it. This is exactly the kind of movie that this format was built for. I can easily see this film becoming a timeless classic that is treasured for generations. I'd also be surprised if this doesn't take home several Oscars. So that's my spoiler-free take on the Odyssey. If you enjoyed this review, please give it a like. It really does mean a lot to me. And consider subscribing if you'd like to keep up with more upcoming reviews. Now, here's your epic quest. Go out there and live your life knowing that your existence alone is leaving an impact on those who share it with you. You have such value and flavor that you bring to this world that nobody else can. So don't squander it and don't ever doubt your value. Now, go find your magic today and I'll see you again soon, my friend. Take care.